What is up? Mashica here, and I know I've been gone for a little while. I've been really busy job hunting and stuff like that. But I'm back here again with how to draw manga, and today we're going to be doing basics part 2. And today, in particular, we're going to be working on like hair and stuff like that, just continuing the basics. All right. So we've got what we need and everything, our equipment and everything. Okay, so sorry about that. You get to see a good picture of my hand. Now, when doing hair, this is what we're gonna start and everything. So we're gonna draw like kind of like a basic head. Okay, so we got to continue getting this in the shape of the head. And again, I'm doing this with one hand, so it's not exactly easy. So it's going to be a little bit rough. And don't mind if the paper looks like crap. Okay, so we got the initial shape of the way the head is, and I kind of want his head to face kind of like this. So his nose would be here, his eyes would be kind of there. That's just the way he would be facing. Or she, or whatever. Okay, now there's several levels of hair that you can do. There's less detail, more friendly style hair, which is big strands and stuff like that, and just more big and more poofy and stuff. And then there's like medium, which is less big and it's slightly more detailed, and you get more out of it and everything, and it starts to come in more different shapes and styles. And then there's the high detail and stuff like that, where you draw more there's just a lot more strands, a lot more intricacy in the work, and it comes out better for the particular character that you're doing. But today, right now, we're just going to be doing like some medium. Now, when you're looking at for hair and stuff, one thing I could suggest is like go online, and if you're a guy, I know a lot of people are gonna be thinking about you as weird, but go online and look at some different things. Like look at different hairstyles. If you're drawing a girl, look at different female hairstyles. If it's a guy, look at different guy hairstyles and come up with and pick one that fits and stuff, and use that hairstyle and everything. And same thing with like clothes and stuff like that. So again, if you're a guy, you're gonna be getting a lot of questions like, why are you looking up like girl clothes and stuff, and shoes and purses and other beautiful things like that. Forgive me, but I'll show you like an example of like what I like to call high detail hair and stuff. It's basically kind of like this. I don't like the anime itself. This is my brother's, but see how it's just more enhanced and more detail, and it can flow, and it's got lighter, it's got more strands and thinner, and it just looks like really good hair. And as for like medium, I don't have one, would be less. It'd be like a little bit thicker, less detail, and for low, say the ear here, that would be like a literal strand of hair and stuff. It'd just be more poofy and just kind of like more cute and friendly. I really do not like this anime. No. Yeah, not a big fan. I could care less. Okay, so let's get started. So, say we're doing like, medium style hair. Now, again, all of this is the same exact way of starting it. You're going to bring it down, and you're just going to draw kind of like the outline of where each individual part of the hair goes. And again, I'm It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to be drawing it in more detail. And you would just kind of like, you would bring the hair and always give it the initial shape of where the headline is going to be, because the hair, it does, occasionally it will poop out, but a lot of the times it's in level with the hair, with your head, because it kind of goes down. Stuff, it doesn't necessarily. Now, there are some ways where you can avoid that stuff, so kind of draw his neck really quick so we know where it is. Okay, so yeah, just draw the hair, the initial outline of where it's going to be and how it's going to look. And it doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, I'm kind of getting it kind of crappy because I'm drawing it with one hand again. It's not easy. So you just got to remember where your hair is going to go. Just look at it. And that is like the basic, like, see, that's like the basic you can do, is just the outline. And you can't get any more basic with that with hair. Is just kind of draw like the outline of where it is, and then start doing it more individually, like so. Like, it's coming down like so. Say I want a strand coming out like this, I would draw it out, and I just follow the basic hairline. And I just continue drawing it until I get to the point where I want it. Then I come up, and there are individual strands, so you would again bring them up. And there's the bangs, and down here you kind of like give it the point and initial of hair coming up, and there you have his bangs. Well, part of it anyway. And as you can see, with that outline, since I followed it, I was able to do it a lot more detailed and stuff like that. Now, it's not a perfect like detail. I kind of consider this like medium. I mean, it's not completely low res, but it's not like super high quality. Well, like very detailed. But it's initially good. But yeah, then so I got the bangs done, as you can see, and that took me like a few minutes. Literally, it took me like about 8 minutes to draw that and stuff. So, and then you would come here, and his hair. Like so. Now, I honestly don't know if this character is going to be a guy or a girl. It's just, you know, just initially long hair. So, as you can see now, it's starting to look more like hair. And down here is kind of his sideburns. See, it doesn't have to initially follow the exact outline, but just very close and stuff. So make it similar and follow that as a guideline. And just kind of bring the hair up a little bit, like so. And I'm trying to do this without moving the camera too much, but I gotta hold it because I'm on my tablet. And then over here, you kind of bring it around up here, like see. And then down. And there you have it. He's got his hair. And it looks good. Now, another thing you can do is, if you want to go a little bit more detailed, go ahead and draw some individual, like, strands here and there. Like so. See how, like, the individual strands, they just kind of, like, come out, but make it to where it looks good. And not, like, obnoxious, like it's just in the middle of the way. A lot of the times it's good just to kind of leave it with the bangs and stuff like that, and just kind of, like, have it kind of come out of the curve, as you can see. And then his face is there and everything like that. And you kind of got his hair. See, this is like an obnoxious one right here. It's just kind of, it doesn't need to be there, it's out of the way and stuff like that. A lot of the times you'll get that, like these ones right here. They're just kind of like a little bit obnoxious. So, like, just the ones that stick out blatantly and stuff like that and have no real reason. But as you can see, like, the hair is pretty basically done and stuff, and just like a few simple little steps and everything, bring it to life and everything. And you could do this with anything, with any type of hairstyle, super, like, high detailed, medium detailed, or that was the weirdest dang siren I ever heard. Huh. I kind of live in a suburban area, so I hear it a lot. But yeah, just any level of detail of the character, you can do it and stuff like that, and it just kind of brings out the basics. And then once you get the hair to where it looks perfect and it's exactly the way you want and everything, you could go over it with pen like I normally do and stuff like that. And yeah, there's a reason why I'm doing this, is because part of his hair kind of goes the other direction, kind of goes behind and a little bit in front. But yeah, pretty basic. And this is how you would do clothes, this is how you would do hair, this is how you do the body, this is how you do the face, this is how you do literally everything in manga. Is you always start out with an initial outline of where everything is. Like with shapes, you would draw like an example I could use. Okay, yeah. This tape ruler, you just look at the initial shapes, like there's a square, a little rectangle with a half circle, or just draw the real circle, and then start working on the details and stuff like that, and just kind of get every little detailing, shape, and everything. And just start out with the shapes, you know? And always wherever you're looking at it and stuff like that, just come out with like the initial shape and stuff like that. So yeah, everything in manga, comic books, and regular cartoon animation and stuff like that all start with just shapes. It all starts with shapes and stuff. Granted, again, you could use the little stick person and like the little circle thingies here and stuff like that, and having like all the joins and everything, and just, you know, that type of thing and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, I just wanted to draw it together. But in my opinion, this is an easier way to do it. It's quicker, it's faster, and well, you can get a really good sense of like how thick that particular thing is. Like if you're drawing the arm or the hand or something, you can really get a good sense of like how wide or something the hand is. If I drew my hand and drew it in shapes and stuff, I can get a better feel of how the hand looks and stuff in the initial shape of it. And like with the arm, I can tell how thick it is, the clothing, I can tell how thick it is, like the width, the length, and everything, just all the dimensions of it is more better if you draw it in the shapes, like the rectangles for the legs, and just draw the initial outline of it first. So yeah, the hair is probably the beyond. If you know a very simple technique, it's very easy to do, and this is probably the most simple. This is what a lot of people do. Though I can't speak for everyone, but it's very simple and it's very easy to do. Now, another thing that is complex that I've learned and stuff like that is the eyes. And I'd have to say, eyes are actually really they're complicated to do, to get them to look right. But then again, if you have someone to teach you how to do it, it gets really easy, and after experience, it gets easier to do. So now there's always different styles of eyes. There's shonen, there's shoujo, there's high detail, there's big, there's narrow, there's just all these different type of eyes, and you need to figure out what you're gonna do. Like, say I wanted to do like the more common style of eye. Which initially looks like that. That's the basic, literally. So when looking at when you're gonna do eyes and stuff, just what you could do is go and look at like some other mangas and different styles of how the eyes look, and study it a bit and try to find one that you like and everything. Do all kinds of different types of eyes. Now when doing eyes and stuff, especially on a face, here, I'll flip this back over. On a face, always, again, whenever you're drawing something, start with the nose. Always start with the nose. Noses are very simple, they're just lines. My noses are a little bit more unique. Start with the nose, because then you could draw the mouth. Sorry for that pause, I had to go run and do something. It's a little bit unexpected, but okay, so I know this looks a little bit like crap, but so when drawing the eyes, see where the initial line is for the thing up here? You're gonna do it roughly in that area. So when you're drawing the eyes, you got to remember where it's going. So see this line originally that I had drew? That's going to be where the bottom of the eyes are. Okay. So so now I've got where the eyes are going to be. Now I'm not going to keep this inside there, but then you're going to start drawing like kind of an outline of it, like everything. I'm going to bring it out. So we've got the top line. Okay. Always start with the top line, and then you can come down. Start at the corner here and bring it down. Give it a slight curve, not like too obstruct, but just slight. Okay. This part here, we're not going to worry about it too much because it's behind the hair, and I've already gone past. But yeah. So now that we've got the shape of the eye, we're going to come down here and see where this is. We're going to just kind of follow it. Now this is probably going to all be erased later, that dark line, but I'm just kind of getting an initial idea of where the eye is going to be, like the actual main part of the eye and stuff. Let me get the where. See right here, this part here is where it's gonna like be leveled at. It's gonna be leveled exactly where I put it. Now, the particular style that we're gonna do is this style, where it's just slightly more rounded, slightly like a normal eye, even though it's gonna be a little bit wide, but still. So we're gonna start up here and everything, and we're just gonna come down in a light circle to have it dimensionally like correct and stuff. Okay, so we got the circle, and then inside we've got to kind of picture where he's looking. So he's kind of looking off in that direction this way. So we're going to kind of just draw a light circle again, bring it over here toward the side some. So it looks like kind of creepy right now, but it will be better once we get like all the shading in and everything, and the light and everything like that. So, but yeah, that's the basic. So we'll do like the shading. So okay. Now, since initially most of the eye is kind of covered here, you can just like get rid of it and be with the shadows and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be there, just one eye in particular does. So yeah, sorry about that. Chin is just kind of getting annoying to me, so I had to fix it just a little bit. So yeah, and this will actually kind of, well, I guess we can do the eye here, since his face kind of goes around like so. But yeah, so his eye it's like the dark. So what you're gonna do next and stuff is you're gonna start darkening it a bit and giving it the more detail. Making it a little bit more bold, so that way you can see it a little bit more. And sometimes, not every single time, but it's okay if you like kind of just go slightly into the hair. And he's kind of a little bit angry, so since we got where the initial eye level is going to be, we can bring this up. So he's kind of like, see what I kind of did there? This little section, I kind of gave it a slight lash and stuff, eyelashes to it. I don't know if it's gonna actually be like that. I just kind of did it. I might change it later, but that's the beauty of like going over it with something permanent, is you can erase the rest. But as you can see, it's kind of like it's already starting to look better. And we're gonna slightly do some shading, make it darker as it goes up. Just kind of like blend the color. And over here we're gonna just slightly erase just a little bit to kind of give it like a lighting and stuff like that, kind of a light reflection. Just give it a light erase stuff. And there's like a basic eye. I mean, you could do more like over here give it some more like lash and stuff like that and stuff. But I don't want to get too carried away with it, because if you get too carried away with it, it'll look more feminine, and I don't want that. Now, up here, because you have to think, they've got eyelids and stuff, so we're gonna do just simple. So we're gonna just kind of bring it up and around like so. And just kind of make it not completely through the whole eye and stuff, otherwise it'll just kind of look a little bit obnoxious. But if you do it like that, it looks fun. And then his eyelash will be up here. Well, his eyebrow, I'm sorry. And again, some of the times it's okay if it kind of goes over, you don't have to. But I'm just kind of doing it just to kind of show like how it would look and everything. And since he's kind of frowning and everything and stuff, his skin is kind of push and bulge. So you would draw another lash here. Okay, so that's kind of basically how it is. And you would draw this here. And then you would have to think on like, okay, so now this next part here, almost part here, is I'm drawing it because, and since his head is at an angle, it kind of cuts off at a certain point. So I'm kind of drawing it with like a dimensional thing, like if you were actually looking at him, if his head was turned, like if you were looking at me and my head was turned, part of this eye you're not going to be able to like fully up and see it all the way, but you're going to see part of it. And that's what I'm going to try to do with this. He's not completely turned, but the way the angle is, you want to get it right. So we're gonna, and he's looking out in this direction. He's not going to be looking the same way, otherwise that eye would be kind of like crap. So yeah, again, you just pretty much do the same thing, just different angling and slightly more ovalish because of the way that it's angled. And you just kind of shade it in, make it like really dark and certain up here. And again, with the same technique at the same angle, you would slightly erase. And you would kind of get to like the initial idea of. So yeah, I know it looks like crap because it's like really, really dark, but oh well. I'm not gonna erase all of it, but it would give it that kind of the thing. Now when you look at it, the angling and the posture is, if you fix it all up, let me fix it just a bit, and it looks the way it's supposed to, and you can get it right and everything, and go over it again and give him kind of like the lash to kind of fit it a bit, and then the little eye thingy, sorry, and well, there you have it. I mean, granted, it's rough, but it's something that needs to take practice and everything, and it's probably not gonna, and I don't expect it to look exactly like this while you're doing it and stuff. I mean, if you're just starting and everything, I expect it to look a little bit, like you're actually starting. Otherwise, either you lie that you're starting, or you're extremely, extremely gifted. Which I'm not saying that if it looks choppy, you're not gifted, but okay. Well, I gotta stop this video, and I will continue it in just a second. So see you at part 3. So Kite Mashica, signing out.